reveal. Join us as we journey through pixels and lore. From self-growth tips to world events galore. Gaming discussions, nothing's off the table. Grab your controller, we're ready and able. It's a wild ride, no need to stable. Welcome to the Nutty, where minds intertwine. Unraveling theories with laughter and kind. From gaming to growth, we keep it real. So tune in right now, let's start the reveal. Peanut and Skip, we're here to stay. Join us on this ride, come laugh today. It's the Nutty Podcast, pull up a seat. Peanut and Skip, Star Hopper, bringing that heat. We're diving deep in the games we play. Conspiracies lurking every single day. Talking about life now, ain't that neat? Welcome to the Nutty, where minds intertwine. Unraveling theories with laughter and kind. From gaming to growth, we keep it real. So tune in right now, let's start the reveal. Join us as we journey through pixels and lore. From self-growth tips to world events galore. Gaming discussions, nothing's off the table. Grab your controller, we're ready and able. It's a wild ride, no need to stable. Welcome to the Nutty, where minds intertwine. Unraveling theories with laughter and kind. From gaming to growth, we keep it real. So tune in right now, let's start the reveal. Peanut and Skip, we're here to stay. Join us on this ride, come laugh today. It's the Nutty Podcast, pull up a seat. Peanut and Skip, Star Hopper.
Welcome in, guys. Welcome in to the Nutty Podcast, episode 4. My name is Peanut, accompanied by my co-host, Skip Starhopper. Yep, we figured out where the volume issue was. Hopefully we don't have that again. But how's everybody doing today? Yep, can't be a true streamer without any audio issues. True. Oh, yes, we do. I already have a meeting set up with the owner. He sent me an email to say, hey, we're having a meeting at 2 o'clock, and here's a shopping list of everything I want. So I'm like, shit. Now I got to pull up reports with a new system that I'm still having issues on learning and trying to get this dialed in before a meeting. And even my previous boss, which is now my partner, since I'm a parts manager, he's a service manager, he even has issues with that thing, and he's been there and used this system for a while. So let's see how it goes. Your green screen's popping up a little bit on this. There you go. Yeah, just trying something a little bit new today. We're trying to keep it at about an hour. If we stick on the same subject, if not, trying to keep it as tight as we can. Um, we already had a subject lined up, which I do wanna put out there that Skip did have. So let's jump on that. I do have something I want to try out after that subject. We could. Yeah, no worries. No worries. So, guys, this is something a little bit different. Here, let me make sure ads are not going live right now. Doesn't look like it. But, guys, I'm going to try something I've been talking about for quite a while. I've been wanting to do, and I am going to do this one called Am I the Asshole? This one just got posted a day ago on Reddit. So, I'm going to read it to you guys, and then you guys tell me, is this person an asshole or are they not? And we're going to give our feedback on this one. So, guys, this one is: am I the asshole for telling my mom and her husband I don't give a shit if their kid dies? Which to me, that's that hits close to the ballpark. Like, if I were to hear that, that'd be a pretty big insult because I do have two different kids from two different moms. So, hearing something like that really would bug me. But let me see what's this person's reasoning behind that. It goes: my mom and dad got divorced when I was 5. It was good. They are terrible together. All I remember from back then is them fighting constantly. My mom got primary custody of me, and my dad got me on the weekends and some holidays. It was better for a couple of years until my mom met Dale. He isn't a bad person, he just wasn't interested in being a stepdad. They got married when I was 9. Then they needed to move for Dale's job. My mom left me with my dad and said she would be back for me when they got settled. My dad and grandma agreed to take care of me full time until then. They apparently have settling to do still. Yeah, I don't think that's right. They have settling to do still because I turned 17 in May and she hasn't come back from me yet. She did, however, have a kid with Dale. I've never met him. My half brother is sick and needs something from me. My mother and his father aren't a match, but I might be. My mom contacted me to ask me to get tested to see if I was a match. My dad said it was up to me. I said no. I have an athletic scholarship in college in the fall. If I do this, donate, not test, I won't be able to participate in the sport I was recruited to play, which will mean my scholarship goes away. My mom begged. I thought about it. I know I have no shot at being a professional athlete. I'm good, but not great. I can play Division 1 sports, but I won't get paid to play. I came up from a compromise I came up with a compromise I thought would be good. I offered to get tested, and if I was a match, I would donate. If my mom and Dale agreed to pay my tuition for my degree, I thought it was a win win. If I donate, the kid has a chance to live. I can concentrate on school instead of sports, and my dad gets a break after years of doing everything. They said no. They said I should do it with no conditions. I said fuck no then. They accused me of being heartless. I said that just because she didn't give a shit about me and my future doesn't mean I don't. She said my brother will die without me. And here is where I might be the asshole. I literally said that if I literally said that it made no difference to me if their kid lived or died, that I didn't give a shit. My dad is staying out of it, and my grandma is in my corner. In fact, all my dad's family says it's my decision. My mom's family thinks I'm being an asshole for what I said. I've been blocking them all as I get the chance. I've been blocking them all as I get the chance. Seems off to me. Am I the asshole? That took a big turn. And welcome, retired firefighter. How are you? Um, So this topic, I didn't pre-read this, so I was kind of getting shocked as I was reading. No, no, I see your audio is going directly to the 850X voice. I can switch it again. Here, let me flip your thing again. I don't know why it does that. Damn you, Discord.
Because I had accidentally exited out. It might have reset.
Could have been. Here, I switch your mic.
I hear it. Yep.
All right, so I feel like this one will hit close to home to me because I do have two different kids from two different moms. So just reading that title, I didn't proofread this, so I read it live because what we've been doing so far. What up, brother? I hope you guys are having a blessed night. Thank you, much appreciated.
Appreciate it. You're having a blessed night as
See,
well.
if his mom wanted to treat him like shit, then I see karma biting her. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I have two kids and thinking that two different moms. What if my oldest daughter didn't feel anything like for my youngest one, which they do have a good relationship. They don't see each other as often, but they do have a pretty good relationship, but they're together. Like, I know my kid is a huge age gap compared to my little one. My little one's barely gonna turn 2, the other one's gonna turn 13, but still,
But you're
for
also coming at this from the parent standpoint.
yeah.
This is from the sibling, well, the half sibling, which, mind you, has not met this other sibling. So I have a pretty cut and dry answer for this, but
Yeah,
I want to continue on it.
no, we appreciate you, Smokies. And that's the thing. That's just where I read the title. When I read the title, that's where my head was at. So I didn't proofread anything, but once I started reading more into it, I'm like, I think this kid's in the right. Like, even though I'm a parent,
No, 100%. Nah, fuck
th-
that other kid.
this kid's in the right. Like,
No, if you
how do you do that as a parent? Say, hey, I'll be back for you, and then just blow them off and not come back. All of a sudden, you have a new kid, and then saying, hey, this kid's sick, so this kid's gonna need a part of you, even though you haven't met him, and we were gonna be back for you. All of a sudden, you have to give something to this kid you've never met, even though yes, it is blood, but the mom being disrespectful and having you come back for the kid and saying, "Hey, you owe this kid your organ so this baby can live." What kind of bullshit is that?
and here's the thing, because they even said that they had a scholarship. And here's the thing, even if they go through a transplant, it doesn't mean that the organ's going to take. So potentially you could have just screwed both your kids.
Exactly. And
So,
then right there, your kid has a sports scholarship. You know how hard that is to get? You know how hard it is to be an athlete in collegiate sports? I
mhm,
was I was an athlete in high school. I didn't get no fucking scholarship. Like, it's fucking hard. I know some people that got scholarships and they didn't do shit with it. Like, I know one that went to USC and then another one that was supposed to go somewhere and didn't do anything with it. All he ended up becoming was a barber. But he never went. He never took the opportunity, and it's so hard to get in there. And for
yeah.
them, hey, I'll do this as long as you pay for my education. That's all they asked for. I didn't even want to be in the sport. I wanted my education. And you said, hell no? Like, come on. Like, how is that kid
Look,
in the wrong?
it's shitty parents. That's all it comes down to.
Well, the mom, the dad's on the kid's side.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about her mom and her stepdad.
Mhm.
It's they had a kid. That kid's more important to them than I'm assuming she or he, I don't know,
It was a
than
girl,
the
from
writer
at least what
writing of
I
her.
thought.
Yeah, that was my thought, but I don't think it actually said. But anyways, no, that, fuck that mom, fuck them kids. No, that person's not the asshole. I mean, could you handle it more professionally? Sure, but you know, I'm sure at the point when they said that they don't give a shit about their kid, things had already been heated. So yes, I believe that she is in the right, and the mom is a terrible person.
Yeah,
But
like how do you do that to your kid after I'm gonna be back for you? This is just temporary while me and Dale, the stepdad, move and get settled in, then we'll bring you over.
mm,
And then just abandon your kid. All of a sudden, you have a new kid, and hey, you gotta give a transplant to your new sibling that you're not even a part of their life, and we're supposed to be back for you.
I really wish they would have elaborated kind of on what they needed, because here's the thing: if it is like, oh, they need, a blood transfusion, which it doesn't sound like, it does sound like it's more serious. A blood transfusion, it just takes up your time. I believe there's a lot less complications, and I don't know this. I am not a technical or medical professional, but I'm pretty sure there's not as many complications as doing a blood donation than there is doing a surgery for organ replacement.
Oh, I know it's got to be an organ because if you think about it
Yeah,
with blood, it's like you're going for a donation. Here's some crackers. All right, your blood's back.
yeah,
Like
pretty much.
no, and yeah,
Because like,
technically it is only half a subkin. Like you don't know if that's gonna be legit.
yeah, and like, here's the thing: because I have two brothers. Now, if they needed, I've known them my whole life. They needed something, yeah, I'd probably give it to them, depending on what it is. Because let's be real, I'm a lazy piece of shit, and they got more going on for them than I do. At least as far as, because like, if I had lost my legs or like an arm or so, I could still do this. I could still play video games. It'd just be a little bit more difficult. But my brother, he's a farrier. He has a farm to look after,
Okay.
and then my other brother, he's an engineer. They're doing a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know if he could do his job at a desk, but I figure those engineers, they just make shit up of what they have to do. It's all engineers. I'm not going to die on that hill. That's just a joke. But yeah, it's at a certain point when you could live your life normally without certain things, it makes sense. But this person going to college, doing an athletic scholarship, and here's the thing: they don't even have to go to be an athlete like NFL or MLB, whatever, whichever league they're going to. They don't have to do that, but the sports scholarship will help them down other avenues, whether they become, a doctor, lawyer, senator, whatever.
Yeah, because
And
not
that's the thing.
everybody who goes in for a sports scholarship ends up becoming a professional. They might get drafted, but they might just get booted right away or go as undrafted free agent. But that's the thing, it's not guaranteed. You're getting a guaranteed scholarship so you can go to school and you can learn if you do all 4 years or 5 years if you redshirt. But it's not a full guarantee. Some people, yeah, they're so athletically gifted that yeah, they might become a full blown athlete and be this fantastic person, but they're not even asking for that. It's my half sibling that I've never met, but I'm willing to give that up as long as you pay for my education. Like that's all they ask for. Like this kid is not an asshole.
Yeah, that's fair, Ed. But again, it's these people. So Ed wrote, "I have two sisters. My baby sister is my half sister. I would see if I match, but I would do anything for my middle sister." Yeah, and those are people you know. But if this is a stranger, now if you found out you had a half sibling somewhere, never met them, but they needed a kidney or something like that, you're not going to be inclined to give it to them. That's just it. Now, there are people out there who are selfless to a fault and will give pretty much anything to anybody, but about 90% of the populace ain't going to be doing that. And a fair amount of those people are probably serial killers too. So that cancels out like at least another like 10%.
Yeah, it's just
So,
it's insanity how like the mom has the balls to even tell her kid that. Like, yeah,
mhm,
I reread it, or like portions here and there. It didn't say if it was a boy or girl, but even that
yeah.
the kid straight up told you no, and you call them a selfless asshole, heartless, just because they're the ones who suffered that. Hey, I'm with my mom. She got with someone else. All of a sudden, they abandoned me with my dad, which she loves, or he, she, whatever it might be. It doesn't say that kid loves their parents, loves the dad because they're with the dad, and the grandma and the dad are both on the kid's side.
Yep.
Because what you're doing, you abandon the kid, and all of a sudden, this kid has to give up a portion of their body because they're not matches for that kid. Go fuck yourself.
And that's just it, because it's it's manipulative tactics of somebody trying to take advantage of her or him. I don't know who it is, but I keep saying her because that's where my brain keeps going. It
I know.
sounds
To
like
to
a her.
me, to me, it sounds like a her. That's why I kept
The way
saying that too.
the way it's written and the way it's presented, it sounds like a her. I feel like if a guy had this issue, he wouldn't write about it on "Am I the Asshole?"
You never know nowadays, but
Yeah,
yeah,
but I mean, the way it's presented sounds feminine. It's written well and it's explained well, so it just gives that feeling of, okay, this is a young person. It kind of seems like a female. So it's now I've had people try to, have manipulation, like manipulate me into doing things, right? And some of it is like, subconscious. It's, whatever. But like, no, I'll tell them straight up, like, no, I'm not doing. No, that's a you problem. And a lot of people go, well, that's not a good attitude to have. Neither is manipulating somebody into doing something.
agreed.
And now she just said, no, fuck your kid. I don't care if they die. Yeah, could she have worded it better? Sure. I mean,
True.
she didn't say that exactly, but basically. But no, it's unfortunate when you have relationships where people are just the worst, absolute worst, like the worst of mankind. And I had recently dealt with that too. And for those who know, you know, um, my roommate, Marissa, sorry, had something caught in my throat. Fuck that bitch. Uh, but
Yeah,
yeah,
and that's the thing. Like, how do some people have the balls after all that? Like
no,
when me and my first kid's mom got separated, like I fought tooth and nail to be sure that I'm in my kid's life. And like I'm about to go into personal life a little bit, and my kid was taken away from me for about 3 months, not for anything I did, but because out of spite from the mom. The mom was not happy that I didn't want to be with her anymore because of how toxic the relationship was. So she took my kid away for 3 months because she was out of spite because I found someone and she didn't like that. So out of spite, 3 months, I finally got enough money, got myself a lawyer, did everything I could, and I got my kid back. But 3 months, I did not see my child. I did whatever it took to see my kid and have my kid in my life. And it took tooth and nail, just grinding every single time, saved enough money, did whatever I can, got family help, and I got my kid back. And it's not even for anything that I did. I wasn't like abusive, I wasn't like toxic, I wasn't doing anything like bad. Just the relationship was just bad. And eventually I got out of it. And just that's what I get for being the nice guy. And it was terrible. And now I have an amazing girl. I have a new baby with her. My kids, they enjoy each other when they're with each other, and it's a whole different feel. So I'm in a much better place than where I was before. And
yeah,
I'm telling you, when I read that beginning of that title, I'm like, damn, like this, I feel I chose the wrong title because it's gonna hit me. But when I read
yeah,
more into this, I was on the kid side.
yeah,
So I'm glad I chose this one because then I had both perspectives. I had the perspective of the parent because I do have a separated family from my oldest kid being from the first mom and my youngest with my current wife.
hmm
But even seeing the perspective of the kid, because I'm always open to hearing out what it is prior to me being full judgmental, but already having that anticipation of the parent, like shoot, where is this gonna land? And just hearing it more and more, I was like, you know what, I'm on the kid's side.
yeah. And that's commendable to want to be in your kid's life, even in a bad situation. And like you said, it's not you, and people make mistakes, and not every marriage is going to last, but fighting for your kid is like the number one thing a father should do. And it's, you know I know a lot of the legal system is set up to be in favor of the mother, and
Guaranteed.
I haven't had to deal with that. I have some friends who have dealt with that and have kind of told me like what's going on. Luckily, that friend of mine, he was able to stay friends with his ex-wife, but be able to kind of separate her from his personal life, but be there for the kids and kind of explain some of the in and out workings of the legal system and how he has had to deal with it. And it sucks because from what you've just said, you know, your toxic ex did something out of spite, but the legal system favors her. So if she's on some bullshit, they're going to look at that more serious than if you tell them like no, she's lying. So,
Yeah, and what happened was that I finally got a female lawyer that helped me, but prior to getting that lawyer, I filed the papers. But the judge, since my kid wasn't with me for 3 months, all they gave me was 4 hours every Sunday, and they said even though like that whole situation happened, that just because I was in the kid's life and it wasn't my choice, I can't just go run in their house and be like, give my kid, because legally we still had 50-50. I can't do that. I can easily get arrested for trespassing. So because of that, the whole system was against me. But when I got my lawyer, just happened to be a female lawyer, I got a female judge, and they both helped me. It took some time, but they both helped me get through this and help me have a lot more time, be able to have access to my kid and something that's reasonable. Like I don't
yeah,
have the most time in the world with my kid because I'm so busy working, and I understand that. If I had a lot more freedom outside of work, then yeah, I'd ask for more. But it makes sense for the work schedule I have. But even that, some people get screwed really bad, and they can't have their kids in their life. And sometimes they're not even a bad person. Sometimes yes, they are. Some people are trash, but
mhm,
um, like there's certain situations where the dad gets screwed and they're not even that bad of a person. So just even having that chance that on this am I the asshole that that kid was able to go with the dad because the parents can co-parent. Like luckily now I'm able to co-parent with my kid's mom, but it took some time. But being able to have that relationship and then you abandon your kid,
yeah,
but you expect the world from your kid that was always by your side, but you gave up just so you can be with this new marriage, have a new kid, and basically, if you're a religious person, you can say that's God hitting you back with this child that just happens to be suffering, which you don't want to see kids suffer, but this kid's suffering out of karma because you abandon your kid and then you want this from your kid. That's your karma. Your kid's saying, "Go fuck yourself."
yeah, yeah. And it seems like the dad is raising them right because it's they're standing up for themselves. So I'm
Exactly.
I'm I'm glad that they're remaining stalwart on how they're uh, on their decision with this, and I hope they don't give them that donation. And yeah, it's shitty to say because more than likely a kid is going to die, but that's that's not on them. You're putting pressure on somebody who has everything to live for to give up basically their entire life so that this person might get better. And that's a big might because I know like our friend Eggy, she was dealing with leukemia and she's had some issues with the host disease, which anyone who's had a transplant is at risk of. But she's doing a lot better. But it could have went really sideways for her, and that's simply a marrow transplant. So
Yeah, like you don't ever
luckily,
know if it's gonna go in the right way. And let's
yeah,
say worst case scenario, let's say there was complications during the surgery of the healthy kid, whatever they're taking out, somehow complications happen, kid passes away, and then the one you're transferring the transplant into also passes away. There's those
yeah,
there's those opportunities. Not saying that that can happen, but there's that possibility it might.
yeah. No, anything can happen when you're under the knife. Any crazy thing could happen. I mean, I've had a couple of surgeries, luckily no complications, but it's still a scary thing because they still warn you of, hey, there is danger because of course you're being opened up. They're going inside your body where they shouldn't be naturally, but they have to make you better. So I've heard horror stories of people like dropping like earrings in or something. Like it's anything can happen, whether it is medical or just something stupid that somebody did.
Like
You can
there's
never be
different
too
things.
sure.
Yeah, there's different things that can happen. You don't know what happens in the medical field. Like there's certain things, like let's say my wife recently, she got into a different position. She was administering shots, basic shots, and gave the guy three shots that he was supposed to get for either, if it was a booster or flu shot, whatever it might have been. It was nothing like egregious that nobody gets pretty often. Got that, and the guy passed out. Like he was gone. Like not that he died, but he was like passed out,
He
done.
was
Like they had basically resuscitate this guy. Like it's crazy. Like anything can happen, even for the smallest little thing. Recently, someone I know just went in for took a family member into surgery for, it was gonna be a pretty common surgery, and this person didn't show back up, texted me like, hey, it's gonna be longer than I thought. And the other person that happens to work under me text, like, let me know, hey, I gotta go. And since they're related, I knew what this was already. It went from a
yeah,
common surgery to this turned sideways immediately. This person passed away, and they didn't expect any of that. It was so sudden. Just it happened out of nowhere. It can happen towards any little thing. It could be this minor surgery or whatever it might be, that this kid's getting pushed by the mom. Stop being a heartless asshole and let your half sibling that you've never met and we abandon you to start this new family for, that you got to give this transplant to. No, I'm on the kid's side. Even as a parent of a separated household, I am on the kid's side.
yeah. I feel like this episode's gotten a lot darker than any of our other episodes. I didn't think it was going to get this. Like, I thought my topic was going to be, kind of, sad a bit, but like, I feel like this was actually worse.
You
But
said
I
you
thought
want
it
to
was
start
so.
with it.
Well, here's the thing. I thought it was going to be like something kind of goofy, not just a parent being shitty, right? But while we're on the subject of surgery, and it's funny because my brothers both love and hate this story. Have I told you the story about me getting my cyst removed?
No.
So, for those who don't know what a pelonidal cyst is, a pelonidal cyst is basically a complex cyst full of basically chambers of small cysts. I believe it's also called a Jeep driver cyst, which usually happens when people do like a lot of the bumpy rock climbing, trail driving, stuff like that, and it just formed from trauma over the years. So a while back, it was during a winter. I fell down. It was two stairs right on my tailbone. There was also the time I broke part of my tailbone called the coccyx. So I've had some trauma to my posterior, right? So this story gets a little graphic, mind you. So listener discretion advised. But anyways, I had a cyst form at the base of my tailbone, and it basically was in between the top of my butt cheeks. So it was almost like I had a tail, right?
It
So,
reminds me of Shallow
anyways,
Hal.
damn, that's a reference. Now I feel old. But anyways, I had it for a couple of years, and it was just there and didn't bother me nothing. And it's an embarrassing place, right? Like, how do you tell somebody, hey, I have this giant like growth right above my beehole, right? So, anyways, it popped. Yeah. So essentially, it popped, and I was in so much pain that I had to get rushed to the doctors immediately. They were able to get me and see me and schedule me for surgery literally the next day, right? Or no, they sent me to the consultant the next day, and then they scheduled me for the surgery after. So going to get the the consultation for the surgery, it he was one he retired, but he was one of the like foremost surgeons in Michigan, like one of the best of the best. And he was this uh small, I believe, Chinese man. And so like he had been stateside for a very long time. However, he still had the very, very heavy accent and somewhat spoke broken English. So I had to go into this doctor's office, and they bring me into the room and I'm waiting there, and the man comes in. Mind you, he is Chinese. I swear to God, I'm not racist, but this is going to sound really bad because I'm going to do the accent because it really adds to the story. And he goes, "Okay, drop your jaws." I'm like, "All right, man, I'm in so much pain, I don't care, right?" So, pull my pants down, and he's like, "Okay, spread your cheeks." All right, man. So, it hurts. So, obviously, I'm going to do it real slow and everything. He comes up and goes full just wham. And he's just like, "Ugh, it hurts so bad." And oh my God, I almost started crying. He goes, "Okay." And so he turns around and he's like, "Okay, now just lay there." And he goes to a cabinet, right? And all I hear are gloves being put on. So, mind you, I think everyone can know where this story's going. So, it's at this point, if you're a little squeamish, just fast forward a little bit. It'll be like 30 seconds to a minute of me describing this. So, anyways, he puts on gloves, gets some lubricant, and he goes, "Okay, spread your cheeks." And again, I'm like, "Okay." Again, I'm like, "Oh my God." So he goes, and I go, and he just starts pushing, and he's like, "Okay, I gotta check for a tail." And I'm like, "Okay, man." Just trying to stick a finger up there, and it's odd, and I don't like it. So obviously, I'm going to tense up. And he goes to me, "It's okay. Finger smaller than poop coming out." And he's trying to shove his finger up there to check for a tail. Luckily, there was no tail. And of course, pops the finger out. And so then he looks at me before putting my pants back on and goes, Do you mind if I take picture?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, I teach at the university, and I've never seen anything like this. I would like to show my students." And I go, "All right, man, sure, whatever."
Don't put my face in there.
So he pulls out, it was the new iPhone at the time, the one that wrapped around and everything. So there's a nice big screen. He takes a picture of it, and he's like, "Okay, did you bring anyone with you? I want to explain what's going on to them." I go, "Yeah, my mom's in the waiting room," because I couldn't drive myself. I couldn't sit properly to drive. So my mom actually had to drive me. So, anyways, I get dressed. He brings my mom in, and he's explaining everything, right? And then he goes, "Yes, if you'd like to see, I got picture." And I'm like, "No fucking way." She goes, "Okay, yeah." And my mom, she used to be a pharmacist. She has some medical training and stuff like that. So this isn't exactly anything new. She grew up raising 3 boys. She's seen it all, right? And I'm sitting on the medical bed like, this is going to be one of the funniest stories I get to tell people. And so my mom is sitting there, and the doctor has his phone, and he's just sitting there, He zooms in. He's like, okay, see, this is what we are looking at. And all you see is the brown eye and then the pop cyst right above it. And I'm sitting there trying not to laugh because I just see my mom very intently going, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And she's trying to keep very serious. And I'm sitting there dying. So that's the end of the consultation. The next day, we go in for the surgery. I can't eat for like 12 hours before, and surgery, I think, was at like 9 or 10, right? So I'm starving at the point when we get to the hospital and everything. And so we're sitting there, they're prepping me for everything, and uh it's my mom and my middle brother, right? And so they're taking care of themselves, they got food and everything, and I'm like, all right, cool. I can't eat anything. We'll grab something afterwards. So we 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 get there, and I finally get into the surgery room, and they lay me on my stomach, and basically they have to cut around everything, and so they're like taping, so they have to get an area, and they're taping my butt cheeks apart with basically painter's tape so that they can get into the area easily. And so I'm like, okay, whatever, I'm not even thinking about it. I was like, I just want this done because I've been in pain for the past couple of days. I just want it over with. So I'm on my stomach. There's the nurse sitting in front of me, and she's just talking to me, making sure that I'm doing okay. She's, trying to keep me distracted. And, they give me the anesthesia. They did a local anesthetic, so it was just right on my butt, right where the cyst was. So I'm like, okay, everything's fine. I don't feel anything. All I smell is burning. And then all of a sudden it starts hurting. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. They have to shoot me up again because apparently they didn't give me enough. I'm like,
Oh, I've been there.
okay, we're good. I'm like, all right, we're good. We're fine. All right. So they finish up. And then the nurse looks at me and goes, okay, here comes the worst part. You're getting a free butt wax. I'm like, what? They ripped the tape off, and any hair that was on there was no more. And it hurt like a son of a bitch. And then finally, I get out of surgery. They put my brother and my mom helped me into the car and stuff, and I'm laying in the back seat. And my brother just goes, all right, who's ready for the bar? And I'm like, fuck it, I am. And we just headed to the bar afterwards. So yeah, that was the story of how I got a cyst removed. I feel like that was a lot more jovial than what we were talking about, but still related to surgeries.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know how the surgery is gonna go. And speaking about anesthesia, when I was getting my wisdom tooth removed, the guy injected me with the he injected me with local anesthesia, and the thing is, they didn't put enough, and I could feel it. It was hurting, and I'm like, bro, this is fucking hurting. Like, I get it. I had an infection, and they were getting everything out, but it was fucking hurting. I'm like, bro, like, shoot me up again or something, because I'm fucking feeling it. It's fucking like horrendous pain. We just shot you. I'm like, no, I think you fucked up, because I even felt it when you guys were saying it. I think you guys fucked up. Like, the girl who did it, I think missed, because then when they shot me up after, oh my god, I wasn't feeling shit anymore. It was perfect. I'm like, do your thing. I don't care. I wasn't loopy or anything. Like, I can handle that shit. So I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, you're good. Here you go. Did their thing. Got the broken wisdom tooth out. Everything perfect. Everything I needed to come out came out. Perfect. But it's human error. It can happen anywhere. Like, it happened to you, it happened to me. That someone can fuck up on putting the anesthesia, and it's gonna cause severe pain until they shoot you up. And they gotta make sure they do it properly. If not, you need to go for a second dose. So just to make sure your surgery goes proper, like when I got these removed, what was it, Skip? Like last year, or because I remember I talked to you guys about this. I think this was last year.
Then, yeah.
Yeah, because the next day I went to work and my employees were like, "What the fuck? Like, why'd you come back the next day?" And like, because I fucking got to work. When my employee had the same shit where he had a wisdom tooth, only a wisdom tooth, not any infection or anything, only wisdom tooth. Didn't show up for the next 2 days. Like, oh, I still feel like the anesthesia and shit. I'm like, stop being a bitch. Like, like just fucking come to work. I showed up fucking the next fucking day. I didn't give a fuck.
So I I had another surgery. This was a hernia surgery. No, nothing really crazy happened except for after the surgery. You know, it's just a typical like, hey, this is what happened. Okay, well, we're going to repair it. Cool. So, you know, I go in and my mom's sitting there again because someone needed to drive me for afterwards because I was going to be real fucked up from the anesthesia. So my mom and same brother drive me there, and you know she's like, oh yeah, I bet you'll be out within like 2 seconds of them doing the countdown, because like that's the stereotype thing. They do the anesthesia, they knock you out, like, oh, count back from whatever. They didn't do that for me. They're just like, okay, just breathe in. They put the mask on, I was out. So surgery went fine. I get into the aftercare room, and I'm thinking, okay, I woke up, it was about 10, 15 minutes. Apparently I was in there for like 2 hours, like, and
2 hours?
apparently, yeah, 2 hours in this recovery room because I was completely knocked out. And so essentially the guy nurse that was taking care of me, apparently me and him became best friends, and I have no recollection of anything that I talked to this guy about. And so I'm like waking up and I'm like really drowsy, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, cool. My mom and brother are sitting there, they're just chilling, and I'm like, oh yeah, cool, all right. Yeah, no, I'm feeling better. I'm okay. Like I got my faculties about me. I mean, not really, but as much as you could when you're waking up from anesthesia. So I like I get in the car, and I go home, I get the medication and stuff, and I'm pretty much out the rest of the day. I wake up the next morning, and they're telling me like, yeah, you were in the recovery room for a couple of hours. This dude had a great time. He said you and him were best friends, this and that. I'm like, God, I wish somebody would have recorded it. I want to know how I was. Like, what did I say? Because it's just like, this dude was like the nicest guy. And I was just like, oh, cool. This guy seems great. Apparently, super out of it. Uh, Anesthesia me, really like this guy too. I'm like, all right, I have no idea. But then I spent the next couple of days recovering and watching Naruto, and that's the whole story. That's pretty much it.
I saying, guys, I actually just put a poll up. If you were around for the whole story, I can give you a brief summary. Kid is basically living with the parents, separate household. The mother basically abandoned the kid with the dad, said, hey, we'll be back for you. Me and my new husband are basically going to be fixing our new household while we get that fixed, and we'll bring you back. All of a sudden, hasn't come back for the kid for a couple years. Has a sibling that basically he didn't even know about. He or she, not sure what it was. Has a little brother, and this kid is very sick, and the mom's asking for a transplant because her and the new dad is not capable of being a proper match. They're asking the kid, hey, will you do us this favor? Can you help out your half sibling that you've never met and we basically abandon you for? Help us with a transplant for whatever type of surgery this might be. And the kid refused, and all they said, I'll do this, because they were having a sport scholarship, said, if I'm going to be doing this, I need you to pay for my education because my dad's done so much for me. I don't want to put another burden on my dad. So you guys pay for my education. I'll do this because I'm gonna be losing on my sports scholarship because it's gonna affect me and my sports scholarship. So that's basically the summary. And also the kid said that they're not gonna help because the parent refused, called them heartless, and said, well, I don't care if that sibling dies. Is that kid an asshole? I put a poll up there if you guys want to put yes or no. See where you guys where your head is at. Cause me, I'm on the kid side. Skip his point same as well on the kid side. Cause that mother is an asshole. It's not the kid.
That mother is a mother, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it's a rough world out there. I've had one shoulder surgery. They told me I was a sweetheart, but I had the phone number of one of the hot nurses. I don't remember hitting on it. Nice, nice. And out here hitting them with the Riz, like, yo, girl, you like Batman? Gotta riz them with the tism.
You gotta do it sometimes. But yeah, let me
Shit, I think
see.
that's the only reason why I've ever had a girlfriend. I rizzed them with the tism.
We're down 2 minutes, 3 minutes to go. So far, no, they are not the asshole. The kid is in the right per the votes. There's 3-0. The kid is not an asshole. So let's keep the voting going, guys. I do appreciate everybody joining in and actually participating on this one. This is the episode 4 of the Nutty Podcast. First time we do Am I the Asshole? And this took a huge swerve because we didn't expect it to go this way because I didn't proofread that one. I just read the title, told Skip, hey, what do you think? Should we do it? Like, let's go for it. I thought we were going to start with his and then just end it with this because I didn't know where it'd go. Skip's like, hey, let's start with this. So
I mean, we could touch on that on mine that we had somewhat planned or we talked about yesterday.
oh yeah, I was still planning on going there. I thought we'd probably start with that because I didn't know where this "Am I the Asshole" was gonna go. Now that I know how they actually turn out, but I like the longer story ones because I saw another one that was 4 days ago that was a little short. I actually like this one because it's a lot longer, so you get more detail. Even though there's still some missing points there, you still get a lot more detail than that other one. The other one's just a short paragraph.
Now we can save it for the next one.
No, it's up to you. So, someone is voting a lot with a lot of their points because I'm at 57. No, they're not the asshole.
It was me. I have 30,000 points, and you don't have a whole lot of redeems that use a lot of them. The most you have is one for 3,000. That's Guide the Raid.
Yeah, I need to make more on those. I need to do a lot more things on that thing.
You can do the redeems like I did for the exclamation point cream me. You can make that a redeem.
Eggy with the woo. I'll probably make like a 10,000 bean boozle.
We love our eggies here.
Eggy, welcome to the Nutty Podcast, episode 4. Eggy got a name drop earlier.
Yes, that's true. You also missed my story about me being fingered by a tiny Asian man.
Skip contributed 5,400 channel points to the votes. We're at 77. No, the kid is not an asshole.
Yeah. I can tell you that story later, or you can just watch the podcast again.
Yeah, and no, go ahead.
I also have another medical story, but I don't think Twitch will like that one.
Yeah, so far we've had episode 4. It went from we had one topic to a couple minutes right before we went live. I told Skip, hey, I've been wanting to do it. Am I the Asshole for a while? And I read him the title. He's like, all right, let's do it. And I thought we were gonna put it second, but we went first, and it spiraled to something completely different. But yeah, it was still pretty fun. We went from this person being the asshole to our personal experiences, and then where my head was at, even starting, just reading that title, being where I have 2 kids with 2 separate moms, where my head was starting to where I'm like, you know what? This kid is fucking smart and is in the right. So it did a complete 180 from where my head was at because I did not proofread that one. I just saw, hey, this one looks like a good size one. Let me just read it and hope for the best. So, yeah.
But everything we talked about was still relatively on subject, so all kind of related to everything.
It was.
So we can save the topic for next time.
No worries.
But I think that Am I the Asshole is a good opening. I don't think for every episode, but to get something started. Because we were able to kind of branch off of that subject into other things. But hopefully we can get some more lighthearted ones. Because, like, nothing about that one was humorous. And, like, understandable, but I also feel like we do need some lighthearted things every now, which is why I was so keen on telling the story of the tiny Asian man that fingered my butthole.
Yeah, because this one just sprawled. Like even Eggy, I know you did say you want to put some stuff on the Discord. I didn't see if you did put anything, but still, just anybody who wants to contribute, so we can look at it. If you want us to blind react to anything, we can have Eggy basically uh, check it, make sure it's viable for what we do have, because we stream on Twitch. Me and Skip are both independent streamers. We do go on here for the collab, which is the Nutty podcast. Also part of Nutty Collabs, Nutty Studios is something that I'm bringing up, and this is just something we do together so we can get that lightheartedness. Skip's moniker, Skip Starhopper. That's what he goes upon on all his socials. There's one where there's a space in between that we figured out last one, but we do our own things and it's always great. Oh, you said on which one?
Was it Twitch? I don't remember which one. 'cause
I
know
think
we
you
had
said it
this
was
conversation.
YouTube,
It
but
might have been YouTube.
yeah,
I'm the only Skip Star Hopper out there, so it's not hard to find me.
yeah, and I go by Peanut22, like it's right there on the actual on the screen.
The
The
P3.
Yeah, somehow AI always thinks I'm P3 and Newt, but the only place I'm slightly different is on Epic and on Discord. I'm Peanut187 instead of 22, but on my socials usually it's about the same. And this, even though we do it every other Sunday at 9:30 Pacific time PM, we do post it the next day on YouTube. I post shorts, and I also put some TikToks out there in between. But whatever we can do, if you guys want to contribute to the Nutty Podcast, anything you want us to talk about, anything you want us to just touch upon, even if it's something small, I don't mind bringing it up. We'll have someone proofread it if it's something you just want us to react to, or we can just check it out and make sure it's good for any of the platforms that we are posting on. Because there's certain things you can and cannot do on some of these streams, and I'm not trying to get kicked. I just had a buddy, I was in his stream yesterday. Chef Mike just got the boot for 48 hours because he tried basically showing off AEW All In, which is a live wrestling pay-per-view. And he tried seeing if he could get away with it if he covers it a little bit, but he took the risk. He knew what he was doing, and it happens. So I'm trying to make sure we stay on the platform and we can still hang out. And we do have community nights. Hopefully we can get Day Night Duo back in here pretty soon. They're going through a move. Hopefully we get some more community nights and probably have them on as guests pretty soon.
Hey, Peanut.
Yo.
Check Discord in the after hours because your face is frozen on my screen on the other thing. And it's so funny. I just looked over. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
That's funny.
Oh my god.
You see, but shit happens on these streams. You never know what to predict. Nothing.
Yeah, they'll be back soon. We're also gonna be starting that wait, what? We're also gonna be doing the Minecraft server, which we've been waiting for everyone to kind of settle down in life. Because like a couple people have had moves, job changes. Oh.
Yep.
I don't know if you saw, like, Cass asked if your shirt said young dicks. I think it says young bucks, doesn't it?
Yeah. So it's Young Bucks. For anybody who knows this shirt, when I go out in public, a lot of people comment on it like, "What? We haven't seen that shirt in a while." It's more of a wrestling thing. It's a tag team group that's currently on AEW. I'm a big wrestling fan, so I usually wear these type of shirts because I just like the style of the shirt.
But that being said, we are almost at our 1 hour mark.
Yeah.
So I think we're good. So appreciate everyone coming in, hanging out, listening to our stories, checking out the Am I the Asshole. Don't forget to get your Gubby with code Nutty or something. I don't know. What is it?
Nutty 22 on all of my platforms. So anybody, Dubby, always got that. Always got it next to me.
You gotta start doing your own plugs, man. I can't be doing it for you. They're not paying me.
Yeah, I got a lot of random plugs, but other than that,
Yes.
hopefully I get Manscaped because I do like using Manscaped. Hopefully one day.
Honestly, that is a pretty dope sponsor. But with that being said, I am Skip Starhopper. Find me on all my socials. Same name everywhere.
And I go by Peanut22. All my socials except Discord go by Peanut187. Guys, the plugs are right there. Skip, if you want to shout yourself out on the chat so people know where to find you on Twitch. But guys, thank you for joining in. This has been the Nutty Podcast, episode 4. Thank you for joining us on this journey that we're going through. Thank you for showing up, for everything that we do. And thank you for all the new follows, new subs. What the?
I don't know. It's your stream, man.
It's giving your thing where you're doing the scream voice.
But I'm doing the screen. Wait, why do you want to know my name? A mental health friendly, community focused streamer who probably going to die in game. That is, from Ready or Not to Hunt and even some spooky asylum adventures. They're all about the thrills with a dash of book talk and affiliate streaming. This Skip Starhopper's got a little something. Wait, what?
That's my new that's my new thing.
You said they had me doing the scream thing.
Oh no. Well, it was playing the audio. Like I guess it was doing a video in the background where you were doing the voice changer.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, because I have the stream muted, so I'm not getting double echoes.
Oh yeah.
Ah, okay. All right.
But yeah, guys,
But
we're gonna go. Oh, go ahead, Skip.
Until next time, we hope everyone stays safe. Try not to be an asshole, and we are going to be rating out. Who are we rating out?
Going to Resident Naldo.
Resident Naldo, the sweet man. Big sex appeal. Big man, big lovely. Definitely give him a follow. If you don't, I will come to your house and pee in your shoes. But but seriously, no, he deserves all the love. Great guy, absolute sweetheart. Yes, big sex. Big sex. Always big sex.
Yeah, with that, thank you guys. We do appreciate you coming in. Don't forget, Skip, Wednesday through Friday is his normal stream days. I have a chaotic random stream. I'll be like, hey guys, I'm going live randomly. So my streams are just random. Just know that every other Sunday we go on the Nutty Podcast. This was episode 4. I thank everybody for joining in. Episode 5 will be in 2 weeks. I hope to try bringing on a guest for the 5th episode. Hopefully, if Day Night's available, hopefully to get them on it. If not, we'll try seeing if we get someone else. But till then, guys, do appreciate it. See you guys on the next one. And
love you all. Bye.
Always, guys.
It's the Nutty Podcast, pull up a seat. Peanut and Skip Starhopper, bringing that heat. We're diving deep in the games we play. Conspiracies lurking every single day. Talking about life now, ain't that neat?